Hello. Alright, so today we are looking at rocks. This is Builder's Sanctuary. Um, Builder's Sanctuary, pretty dope. You can test out things. So the thing that I am working on today, well, already worked on, gonna show you, is this rock right here. It's the three-pronged rock, that's what I call it. It kind of looks like a hand, whatever. Um, Now, it has a lot of space up top um, for like a good-sized main base, like for trio, quad, whatever. Um, Something that you would build first, second day, probably the first day, something this size. First day of a wipe, um, or at least like want to get set up, find this place, um, and claim it during the first day, and then like second or third day, whatever, depending on how your wipe goes. So they're all kind of different. These are all at the same height, so you can't really test the two different things. Now you can build up top, fine, but for this demonstration, then we're going to go and find some procedurally generated ones, and show you some stuff that I put in them. Also note that this is just for claiming the place X23, somewhere in the middle. Is this way, right? Yeah. Alright, so that's not the base. That's for later. This would be like main base. This is just a little janky setup. Yeah, you can put something better here. I just like the idea of being able to walk outside and not even walk outside and have the things there. Now, if someone else tried to do this, they can't put their TC down because they would be building blocked, and I'm TC blocked, but they can't do that. So what you do before you have all these resources to like actually build this up, because you're gonna need a bunch, like just the foundation is 3,000 metal frags, and like if you're building this in stone, I mean maybe you could do that, but still it's gonna be a lot. So to farm that up, then we have this little base here. Now you can see its profile is pretty small. You can start to see it from over here. Now, of course, you could see it like from over here, but it's gonna look small and insignificant, and they'll be like, oh, whatever, that's probably a solo's base. But no. So let's go inside. This is also just, like I said, they're all gonna be different heights, so this is the first example. But they all follow the same, pretty much same stuff. So up here, we've got low walls for our janky shooter floor. It's got a couple of bags in case you need to be up here. You can throw like some bows or useless things up here. All your seeds. Maybe a couple of food things, whatever. Some extra storage. You don't need all this stuff, but it's just to show, I don't know, that it could be there. So yeah, 3 bags up top, they fit nicely. You couldn't put another bag here because the ceiling, the rock blocks it. It needs a full half wall, just above a half wall, kind of like a furnace in height for its hitbox or build box. So right here, then we have, this is the main entrance. All these are gonna have the entrance over here. Some of them are a little more fancy. So if someone is coming here, and there's your airlock, right? Because I would not build a base for you without an airlock. Now I have to go and design a base without an airlock that's functional. But anyway, so there's your airlock. You get another bag in here, stuff like that. Now, if people are trying to come up, then the general plan is destroy this, and then it's harder for them to get inside. Now, this seems like a small thing, but I'm just kind of walking straight in and out with it there. With it not there. Then you gotta do this weird, like, jump crouch thing. And it's just half a second, but I feel like half a second is worth, how much is this? 25 wood, 1 axe swing, for just potential, and it makes your life easier to get in and out. You don't upgrade it. Alright, so now we've got 3 more bags inside here, along with the 3 up top. You could potentially house 6 people in this little starter base. Really, you're just gonna want like 3. 3 is a good number, but you could fit more. Now, talking about the size, all of the bases have a workbench tier 1, level 1, whatever, I call it tier 1, and a research table. Now, the important thing is the workbench can be accessed by 2 people at the same time. So you got 1 down here, and then, if I can jump up there, another one over here. And you can see over here that it says workbench. Now you've got a couple of extra storage things, 3 furnaces in each. A small generator fits up here in case you want to upgrade, you know, shotgun trap for the airlock, basic things. Yeah. Okay, so also, the main thing about what makes this base different is this floor is twig, which means 2 arrows is the cost to remove this for you, and then put your TC on your main base, which is very quiet. You don't have to worry about destroying it or whatever. Also, let's look at the building block cost. Deployables is like 1,000 less wood from all the fireplaces. But yeah, 3,000 stone, 1,000 wood, pretty cheap. Also, this is a strong point. It's the airlock. If they get in here, whatever, no one cares. Same with that foundation underneath. This is a weak point. Another weak point. Both of them are 4 rockets. They're just one wall into TC. Same with those 2 foundations, and this foundation, because directly behind it is the twig. And you won't ever be back here, but this is what it looks like. Yeah, these low walls, they don't matter. So I would not have them as wood though, just for the visual, because if you're over here, it almost looks like it's just 1 story high. Maybe it's 2-story, whatever. But it's uniform. It's all stone, so it looks the same. There's nothing drawing you to there. If you had these low walls as wood, then they'd be like, oh, why is that wood? Whatever. It would be an extra fraction of a second of thought in their head, and we don't like that. Alright, so that is this base. Right above here, you can't place electrical stuff. What is a wall thing? Oh, well, you can. Alright, sometimes above here, the hitbacks of the sleeping bags block you, so you can't place it here. You can place it in between there. Also, these, if you're trying to upgrade this, oh, these are for storage also. This is mostly, if it's in a box, then it was just extra stuff. There was a bear outside, so I got bored. A bunch of storage. What is this? 3 boxes, 3 large boxes, a couple of useless items up top, so they don't really count. 3 large boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these things. They each hold 5 items. That's another 25. That is 2 small boxes worth. Now, for this, you don't want to put a small box here, because if you do that, you won't be able to reach this. Now, if you're by yourself, go ahead, throw a small box here. If you need to build something, just come over here and craft away. But if you've got anybody else, then be polite. Lose out on 12, 5, 7 storage spots. They can hold that in their inventory, and don't put the box there. If you want to throw some electricity, then you can destroy the campfires and throw down some of these. You can put this here and still craft. It takes a second. So that's fine. This is another viable spot for batteries. Now, best spot for a turret, if you happen to find one of those, is right here. I clicked that in the wrong order. And you can just find a use for your phone now. And then throw this here. You've got all of these things that can be batteries to back up this. And then, like, you can throw solar panels up here. Oh wait, no. You can't do that, because I tested that earlier. I could not fit a solar panel anywhere on the rock, so maybe I just suck, or whatever. A good spot, though, is over here. And by good spot, I mean the closest to the base spot for solar panels. As you can see, it has some. But that is, of course, depending on if you actually want to put an auto turret in this base or not. I probably, I like electricity, so I would do it, but most people would not do that, because this entire base is going to be destroyed, and everything in here except for workbench, TC, workbench, TC, workbench, TC, and this turret can be picked up. So you would only be losing 3,000 stone and 1,000 wood. What? 4,000 stone and 1,000 wood. Yeah. So you can just rip everything out of here. Can you pick up turrets? Yes. Sorry, I've only got like 400 hours of rest. Yeah. Okay, so you can rip everything out of here and then throw it in your base. So you have not lost anything. You just have to wait a couple seconds / minutes, days, whatever, for it to regenerate its health, and then it's like you built it there in the first place. Also, every time that you make a fireplace, I'm pretty sure that everyone knows this, but in case there's some random person, it costs, I'm looking for it, construction items, fireplace. It costs 100 wood, but then it gives you 50 wood back, so it really only costs 50 wood. So this cost is much less for the wood cost for the deployables over here. Because you're gonna get, what is this? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25, 40, 55, 60, 70 wood, 700 wood, something like that. I might have miscounted, but you're gonna get 700 of that wood back. So yeah. Okay, so this is the main thing. Entrance, maybe turret, airlock. Oh, I messed up. Alright, we're going to do that on the next one. I will have to throw down a door. Alright, so the next example, this is the first example. The next example is in R23? No, Q23. Oh wow, I clicked right on that. Okay, so for this one, this is the one where we'll do that whole door thing. Pick up. That was a sleeping bag, so obviously you can fit 3 in, 3 out. Same as before. This has different setup. It all depends on what you like, what the terrain dictates, situation dictates, as it were. Same thing. This one has a little bit lower because the base is so much higher. And like, well, why not have roof access? 3 furnaces again. Tier 1. You can craft up here. You can craft over here and not be in each other's way. Research, some more storage. This one has less storage inside, but that's okay because you're gonna build a main base anyway. Which way does this open? This way. Alright, and then this goes right here just before the line, but still crossing it. So you see that there? And then, if there's someone over here, and they're trying to camp you, this was much better with the other one where there was a wall right here. So you probably wouldn't be able to use it on this. But they're going to be stuck here. They're only going to have this little bit to use. I'm going to just do it on the other one, because that's not an example. It works, but it only works when it works. Where did my base go? Here. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna go back over here, place the campfire, this tight little space, right? So now you can easily access this and turn it on, right? And then you would get hit if you're too close. Well, this 50 wood trap, this one will cost 100 because you're going to use this wood, will burn someone if they're standing over here. And then they're like locked in this, can't really see, can't do anything, they can't open it, they can't turn it off. And you just throw some wood in there. If this is locked and they're not used, they don't have TC access, then they just die. Now, if you place this a little bit too far back, like over here or whatever, then they're going to be able to access it and turn it off. Because they can be over here, turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. Y'all two are going to be in a little stupid battle, and it's going to be hilarious, and I want to see a video of it, but whatever. Yeah, so that's how that works. But like I said, it works over here. It doesn't work over here. Because this one has so much more space. So like you could do it, and there's a little bit of a glitchiness, whatever. So if they're standing perfectly, then it'll work, but just do something else or don't do it at all. And this is a better example of blocking off people. Is the bear still outside? I don't see it. Whatever. There was a bear, I was going to use it as an example. So let's say that you're in here and you have 2 doors, because that's what you would do. Then you can be inside here. We're going to actually show this. Alright, so you're inside here. And they can't come in right now because this is locked, right? And yeah, so then you can destroy this bridge. Right, and then if they're over here, then they can't jump up. Now, if they're in a duo, then they can stand on each other's head and then get in. But with your airlock right there, and you being able to shoot them, and then not having a good angle on you, you're at quite the advantage. So that's something that you can do over there. If you don't know, you throw down a foundation, put your steps, destroy the foundation. You can't do it this way, and you can't do it that way. You need that foundation there. If you want to be fancy, then I gotta wait. There we go. you can throw out a bunch of these. But I wouldn't do this. I mean, you could if you wanted, but it's just longer to walk. The benefit is that you can destroy any portion of this, and then everything below it will stop. So if you want to leave this one as wood, then you can. But then you get someone under here, and they'll shoot you. As you see, it went straight through, and it landed here. So yeah, I would not upgrade any of the get in my base things. Oh yeah, so you're gonna want to destroy all of them. Anyway, oh, did I show? Yeah. Stuff inside, stuff on top. You've got roof access, which is dope. This one will cost a little bit more, because there's more cost. It also doesn't have the locks and stuff like that, so it'd be a little bit more metal frags. 1, 2. Also, that jump is annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's still twig, so you can destroy it. I don't want to actually destroy it in case I have to re-record this. Because this is like the third or fourth time I've made. Anyway, yeah, fun stuff. Next example, we'll go into R23 road. It'll load up in a second, but as you can see, like if you're running along this road, wherever, I mean you can kind of see it, but it is very low profile. Now these solar panels is what I was talking about before. They're on this wall outside, and that seemed to be the best place for them. This one has a turret and it sees me, which is cool. That is because of the solar panels. Also, oh, and also the workbench. All these are different setups, but still 3 inside, 3 outside, storage and stuff. This one even has a smart alarm to tell you whenever the turret is on. The benefit, or I don't know, cool thing about this circuit though is that the alarm, power in, power out, this goes to the door controller. So the only thing that's going to change is whether this stays open or closed. So if they destroy your little smart alarm, because they somehow found it by jumping up top and then coming over here, seems like a waste to me. But if they find it and they destroy it, then the door will not open and close. Pretty sure it'll just stay whatever it is. But this turret will see you and it'll find you and it'll kill you. Same thing with the entrance, twig, door, close this one. You can leave this one open, but I wouldn't. Then you have these, both of them are smart alarms. This one costs a lot more. This is like if you stumble across 1,000 high qual, or you're bored, or you actually want to use this as your base. High qual 422. But the cool thing about it is this doesn't use, this is just where you would put the fireplaces. I didn't move anything around, I didn't do anything, I just picked up fireplaces and put down batteries. So you don't need to fit a medium or large battery inside. Now if you did have a medium or large battery, and you want to make a separate electrical room, like you just throw another block here, and then like whatever, have this as a door, whatever. If you want to throw down an electrical room, then you would save on all of this. You would need like only 2 solar panels. There's 6 here to run everything. But most of the components, like we're getting 100. Where's the root combiner? 120. And this turret, is it on stage 1? Blocked. So this is just running off the excess from the solar panels, just directly. And we only have 26. So we use like 90 some power just for all of these things. Yeah, but it's got 3 stage, so this one is in the airlock. This is what's going to draw power from first. If this one gets destroyed, like if they come in here, blow it off with satchels or whatever, one, this turret is probably going to be dead. But if for some reason the turret is alive, if this one goes down, runs out of power, then it'll run on this one, and then if this one goes down and runs out of power, then it'll go to this one. And then these 2 batteries charge the switches and all that. So they're on separate systems. But yeah, you're able to craft and craft. Yeah, more twig. So then you can put whatever base. There's a bunch of space up here. Oh my gosh. Wow. I say that, but then there wasn't. There we go. So you can put your favorite circle base. Check back with me in a couple days, and I'll have that for you. But yeah, you can fit whatever you want up here. Whatever fits, whatever makes you happy. You can totally do it. The world is your oyster. So that is these rocks. These rocks. Yep. So you just put your little base inside here, you build it up, and then you build up here whenever you're ready to announce yourself to the world and be like, hey, come here to die. Yeah, I hope you like it. I hope it helps. Bye.